Hi, and welcome to my new video. Past couple of days I've been agonising over what I could make another video about. Did I want to start something new? Did I want to continue on one of my other threads? And I talked to people, and I talked to one of my friends, and she suggested I do a beginner's guide for GMing in a couple of parts. This part is mainly going to be covering your equipment and what you need, plus maybe a little small conversation about what to GM, but I'll get to that. I'll start with the very basics. If you don't know what you're looking at right now, obviously you can see that you're looking at riffs. I'm talking about down here, yeah, look at them. In fact, I'll turn them around like this. It's much better. If you don't know what you're looking at there, you're looking at a full set of poly dice, or polyhedronic dice, I believe they're also known as. We start with a D4, and how do you roll that? It doesn't roll, no. It does, look, see? No, anyway, no, don't look at that. Then up to standard D6, which everybody should recognise. After that, it's, that's a D8. See? And these are D10s, one of which has been modified to show tens, and the other one showing units, which lets you roll percentages in games. So you've got a 50% chance of dodging this fireball. You roll them and, well, something happens. And up to the D12, which is the forgotten son of the dice. I can only think of one system that utilises this poor little dice. And that's Dungeons and Dragons, and it has done since I remember, because I remember getting my first set of bright yellow, disgusting custard dice, and it was a full set of polys, and one of them was a D12. And then a D20, which a lot of systems use as their hit dice. You roll that to see if you hit or miss a person. I know in my games, with the systems that I use, D20s are used for that a lot. So, yeah, make sure, if you're thinking about GM, you got the right dice. Just even if you're a player, please, just get your own dice. But as a GM, don't feel compelled to bring spares, but you can't actually see in there, but there we go. That is all my dice. I've got, what, 10, 12 sets in there? Maybe a bit more, actually. And I always bring them because, you know, you can hold you up. Well, can I borrow dice? I don't have dice, whatever. It's like, it's something I learned very early on as a teacher, was that if you don't have a pencil, give them a pencil. If you don't have dice, give them dice. Don't give them away, like, literally, but obviously it's very useful to have extra dice, because you never know. You know, even the most reliable player can forget the dice at one point or another. If you've got loads, and as a GM, that just helps everything along more smoothly. Next step, pencils. Always bring along like double the amount you need. You can pick up like 20 pencils with rubbers on the back for £1 in a pound store. And there's, you know, and obviously you could argue, well, if you can do that, then the player should be able to do that. Yes, but again, being prepared, there's nothing wrong with that. As a friend of mine, no, not a friend, someone I knew once said, fail to plan and plan to fail. It comes down to the basics, you know. If they can't mark off their hit points when your horrible Balrog of Destruction smashes them, maybe they'll forget, maybe they won't remember, maybe it won't have as much dramatic impact. We'll skip over that little black leather thing over there. We'll come back to that. It's nothing weird, it's just, we'll come back to that. And we'll skip that as well. Equipment wise, find a character sheet online If you can't print one out, make friends with someone that can print them out and thank them very much, because that was pretty damn awesome. Yes, Andy, I mean you. Having character sheets means you're not writing them on paper. It's all organised in the different places and whatnot. And it just makes for a neater game, and it lets you be more organised when you... Well, I'll get back to that as well. Well, the character sheets are a must, really. They really are. I also... This is my notebook, which has, as you can see, it looks like numbers and squiggles and stuff, I know, but that's planning. That's diagrams and stuff that I recognise. I know what it is. Maybe because it's squiggly, people won't notice it and won't, you know what it is. I'll be able to read it. But I've yet to come on guest player that desperately needs to have a look at what the GM's written down. I also bring an A4 pad just because you never know when you might have to draw them out. A map. I think yeah, that was the last zombie game that we did. Those massive rectangles are bays where ships are towed into to be repaired, and the X's are where zombies appear from. And that's all that characters can see. So, you know, drawing a map, not a bad thing. But having a spare pad, just scribbling down notes or whatever, is a good thing. And we'll move over to this now. This is a groovy little thing. I got this from a friend. No, I bought it from a friend. Honestly, it's one of the best things that I've ever bought for role-playing. Not just as a GM, but as a player as well. At the end of the day, roll dice, they go everywhere. But I can do this one-handed. Oh, looks like I might. Pick up a dice or two and just go, hooray. And they're safe, and they keep your dice safe, and there's no more hunt the dice. Excellent. Unless you're me, in which case there is more hunt the dice, because I'll just pick one up and it'll go flying out my hand, and because that's just the way things are for me. So we'll put these back in there now. Done that. And we'll come to books. There's no rule really on how many books that you should have with you. You know, if you need more books, bring them with you. You know, if they're heavy, well, live with it. Sorry. You know, Rifts and Palladium books are incredibly chunky. I mean, this is a collector's edition that I've had for a long time. It predates all the rest of my Rifts books by about 10 years, I think. If a certain person ever watches this, that's the book I got to be better than you. But if you don't know who that is, don't worry, because there's literally nobody on my friend list that would understand that joke. Oh well. Okay, so yeah, I've got my Rifts book, Dead Rain, which was the last game I was playing, which is very good, and I'm going to do a whole video on the Dead Rain setting, as well as the Rift setting and Palladium books in general. And then I brought this as well, which is my Games Master Guide for Rifts. And the reason that I brought this was not because of all the really groovy guns that you get, but actually it was for this, a skill list. Now obviously in a zombie apocalypse you're not going to have you know, Eva. No, you're not going to have that. Robot pan power armor. You're not going to have that, but it covers every single skill that's in the Dead Rain text core book. So I've got a second set of skills that I can pull up and go, oh, that's the percentage they should be on. And then the plus percentage is how much you add per level. And that's really the main reason I bring it. It's like 2 or 3 pages. You could photocopy them. No, I'll keep it with me because it has got other useful bits in it as well. Which brings me to sort of like the last part of this video. Choosing a system. There are, I would say there are 4, maybe 5 systems that I really enjoy and I can really get my head around. Dead Rain, which didn't take long because it's just a Palladium system adapted, but works and lends itself particularly well to a zombie setting, interestingly. I would have said, no, it's not going to work, but actually, it works really well. And also, on top of that, I also like playing, or like GMing, Feng Shui, which is a Chinese action movie RPG with bits added on. I adore playing Paranoia. If you don't know what Paranoia is, imagine being stuck in one of the Fallout vaults, where an insane computer is taking over. So far, so Fallout, right? But depending on because there's 3 ways to play the system. Depending on the way you play it, it's either dead straight and kind of got more smacks more of Brazil, if you were, or something like that. And it's all that bureaucracy driving you insane. Yeah, Brazil meets Catch-22. Or it could be played completely for laughs, which gives it an almost slapstick feel. You know, somebody shouts traitor, everybody else shoots. And that's it. And you've got 9 clones, and you'll rattle through them before you even start the mission, and the GM just goes, oh god, what am I going to do for the rest of it? No, it is. It's really, really good fun. I mean, I also like D&D. I do, but I'm not buying another set of D&D rules. I bought lots of 3.5. And I thought, you know, D20 system, they've got it now, they've nailed it, it'll only be updates. And then two whole nother issues of it. It's crazy. And I also like Hunter the Reckoning very much. I'm just going to wait, cool my heels for a bit before I go try to find the classic versions and see if White Wolf will release Hunter again. Because if they do, I'll get it straight away, because I adore Hunter, and that's thanks to my friends, and people that I know, John, Adele, Simon, Emma, Mark, but just everybody. I'm not going to give a shout out to everybody. Dave, Kelly, Darren, Mel. You know, let's go. It was just such a wonderful time. It really was. It was just like, you know, there was the 2 days of that was the one evening of the month I worked towards. I thought, Tuesday, right, that's it, I'm out of here. Yeah. And finally, my personal favourite, all those, with 1 or 2 exceptions, are Rift sourcebooks. I am a huge fan of Rifts. I am a huge fan of the setting. I am a huge fan of the ideas and the concepts behind it, the fact that it's not Shadowrun 2.0, it's entirely its own place. You know, humans aren't necessarily the good guys, monsters aren't necessarily the villains, which is always a good thing. And I just think that it's so accessible. Once you get a hang of the rules, that's it. You're there. You know, it's not difficult. Mega Damage works really well. It's very much a heroic setting, so you know. It's and I very much uphold this in a lot of ways, that you can be whatever you want to be. Currently in the Rifts campaign that I'm running, we have a giant sparkly robot and its pilot. We have a witch who isn't evil, honest. We have I'm trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, we've got a dragon. We've got we've got a geriatric angry turtle cowboy. Yes, I said that all in one mouthful. We have a mega juicer, which is a juicer times 11, because this one goes up to 11. Oh god, did I just... Oh no! And we have a werewolf who also happens to be a rather good mechanic. Who is completely and utterly evil. which made me break my no evil rule thing. So if you hear this and you hear that, and anybody that's playing in my campaign hears that, don't come complaining to me about the fact that, you know, one of them is completely evil. You all accepted her. You all allowed her to do exactly what she wanted in that situation. You know, it wasn't any of you tearing the throat out or trying to stop her from tearing somebody's throat out. Oh, it happened too quick. No. No, that person is evil, and that's all there is to it. But joking aside, you know, the choice of book is very, very important. You find something you like, you know? Find something that's going to be fun. And more importantly than all of that, really, find something that you think that you can run, you know? You know, Call of Cthulhu is classic and it's great fun, but it's not for everybody. You know, not everybody can run it. I don't think I'm a person, for the record, I really, really don't think that I can do Call of Cthulhu justice. I love the game, but that might all change at some point next year when I decide, hey, I need a new system and some work to do, you know. But I mean, you know, a friend is running Star Wars, and that's very brave. For me, that's really brave, because it's Star Wars, and you don't know Star Wars until you know. I mean, I've read a lot of the comic books and a lot of the expanded universe stuff, and I'm a Star Wars fanatic, but I don't think that I could do it. I wouldn't, in my mind, I wouldn't do it justice, and I'm very critical of myself, so I wouldn't even try. I think that covers it, really. I mean, you know, choose something you're happy with. Remember all the little tips that I've given you. And next video will be about what to do once you've chosen a system, and the difference between freeform and set piece, which is really, really important. It may be called other things, but I'm pretty sure that's the technical names for it. Remember, I used to be an English teacher. Oh God, did I? I just said that. Okay, so that about covers it, really. Thank you for listening, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye.